You. Don't look up, you don't know that you did that? All right, we're off to that start now, late in the night. I was going to talk about many things. I don't like talking about politics, but I do like talking about political slogans. I like how, Trump, sticking with himself, has decided to kind of, say, make America great again. So he's trying to make us feel really good about the fact that he insulted us. We're not great, and he's going to make us great again. Hillary's fighting for us, but most campaigns are actually, they're giving slogans about themselves, so she's fighting for herself, so that's a little weird. And then you've got Feel the Burn, which reminds me of like a horrible experience with Indian food. And or like a night in college you never really tell anybody about, and you just kind of like spend a week, with that slogan going on. And I think, after Portland, hopefully they might make a switch to like birdies for Bernie, or something, because the bird landed on his podium. Maybe you don't know that. I don't know. I watch the news a lot. Well, it's actually my Facebook feed, so whenever something pops up, I just think it's relevant and I go with it. I like Bernie not because of any political things, but because he's consistently not racist, and I'm not racist. And like, there's no part of me that's ever, well, I might be a little racist, and here's why. I work in a restaurant, and it's a Mexican restaurant, and that's not why I might be a little racist. It's because the term boss is thrown around a lot, and it's like people are like, oh, you're looking good, boss, and like, oh, thanks for the help, boss, and that's fine. It's like, but when the guy that's a busser, like a busboy from Africa, is like, thanks, boss, I get really like mortifyingly uncomfortable, and I don't know. I mean, I know why. I'm really happy you're smiling at me right now because I know why it makes me uncomfortable, and. It might be like some white, we were talking about white guilt before, it's like, no, maybe not. And that has me thinking, like, I also tested on a similar group of white people the first time I did that joke, like this crowd is mostly white. And so I'm gonna talk about dating girls of different ethnicities, because I've found over the years that different ethnicities have different types of crazy. And when I dated a Latina girl, if I did something wrong, it would be upsetting, but she would yell about it, about what I did, at me. She wouldn't actually yell at me. She would just yell about me, at me. And then I'd go to work or something like that, and wherever she was in the night, it would be, okay, go to work, love you, kiss on the cheek, stops yelling, come back from work, right where she left off in that sentence. She's back at it again, yelling at me. So that was that. That's like kind of consistent from my experience, at least, with Latino women. Now, when I dated a black woman, completely different experience. Do something messed up, whatever it might be, forget an anniversary, whatever it is, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. And then a couple of days will go by, and there's nothing, and it's like, you think you're okay. It's like when, your parent catches you drinking in high school, but they don't actually do anything about it, and then a month later, you don't know why you're not allowed to do anything for the rest of your life. Well, 3 days later, all of a sudden, just right upside the head, getting yelled at, screamed at. I don't even remember what I did, but I know I did something. I'm just going to take it. That was my experience dating a black girl. Now, white women, you do anything messed up, and they're all getting serious now. You're all just going to threaten to poison yourselves or something. I don't get it. It terrifies me. And like, my present girlfriend's terrifying. She's a vet. And that terrifies me. I'm constantly like on edge, not knowing what to expect. And she's a veterinary doctor, for those of you who are starting to get serious. She's not a war vet. It's actually more terrifying. She texted me one day from work, and she's like, babe, I'm so excited. Like one of those text messages where you can like hear happiness in the words that are being sent to you. And she's like, I get to do a cut down today. And again, I work in a restaurant, obviously, and I think, like, does that mean somebody's going home and you're going to get to make a little more money, maybe? I don't really know that you're a doctor at salary. It doesn't work that way. It turns out, a cut down, when she gets home, she tells me, a cut down is when an animal is so close, it's a small animal, like a kitten or a puppy, is so close to death that you actually can't find a vein. Well, I mean, like, there's fur as well, so that makes it difficult, but you can't find a vein, so you actually have to cut into the neck of the animal and find an artery and pull it up and inject a needle into it. Now that is something that brought joy, like a twinkle of joy, to a woman I'm intimate with. And I sleep at night like this now. She thinks it's cute. She didn't notice how I slept before, but now I wake up early. I sleep like this because I'm just in a constant state of fear that she's just gonna have like some relapse at work and think it's time to give me, you know, a cut down, or maybe I'm not breathing or something. I don't know. But my name is Josh Marshall. You guys have been great. Thanks for sticking with me down tonight.